What's up, everyone, and welcome to another random episode right here on Stay and Play. And today, this video is basically focused on the review controversy.
What did he say?
Controversy. There we go. The review controversy behind Black Myth Wukong and Screen Rant, or Screen Rant's review of Black Myth Wukong, let's say. I just thought I'd give my 2 cents on this slash mini rant about it. And yeah, since the game is coming out tomorrow, I'm definitely getting it. I just thought that I'd share my opinions before everyone starts to enjoy the game, especially my opinions on this review that seems to have gotten everyone's attention. All right, so to be fair, I read the review. As you can see, I'm here on the Screen Rant page, and first thing I noticed is that, and I laughed by, was that the author is gone. Now they just say by Screen Rant team. There is an editor note to say they've hidden the name of the author for her safety and so on. But it's interesting to see that that there was that much backlash that they had to hide the author's name. But it's the internet, everyone knows already by now. Well, I don't really care who she is in that sense. I just care what basically she had to say. So yes, I read through the review, and I recommend that everyone else has the opportunity to read it. But I'm gonna jump straight to the point, or the part of the review that has everyone going crazy, and it's basically this part here, where it says largely lacks inclusion and representation. Black Myth Wukong characters lack diversity. So I'm going to read some of this, and then I'll give you a bit of my thoughts, so you know that I'm not mincing words or regurgitating BS here. But she goes on to say, while my analysis and review of Black Myth Wukong remains focused on gameplay, remains focused on gameplay, it's important to mention the controversies surrounding the game studio and the reports of misogyny and sexism from developers. Playing as a female gamer allowed me to notice issues surrounding inclusion and representation. The issue here for me is that you weren't refocused on gameplay here. This is a game review, right? We are focused on gameplay, story. Was it fun? Was it not fun? How are the graphics? Why are these ideologies being brought up here? Right? Why is the fact that, fine, if the developer has misogyny issues, or treat their women workers terribly? I don't know if this is true, but if this is what you're saying, what does that have to do with the game in general? Right? A game review is about the game, not the game developer. Whenever I go to a game review, I want to know what's the game. You don't tell me like, oh yeah, but you know what, Naughty Dog had lunch, for some reason they're vegan that side, or some crap like that. Why is that important here? Why are we bringing issues that are not a part of the game into this review? That's where I want to start this off. All right, let's move on. As far as chapter 1 and 2, while characters are clearly fictitious and fantastical creatures, there were no female or feminine NPCs, enemies or bosses present. The only exception, if you can call it female, is a boss named Mother of Stones in chapter 2, which is nothing more than a still glowing rock with no abilities being guarded by other enemies. Okay, so the game is made up of fantastical, fictitious creatures, but your problem is that none of them was voiced, or none of them was female in nature or voiced by a female. I'd even take it as far there. Probably even that. None of them was voiced by a female character. And then All right, cool. You notice that there aren't any female characters. But let me flip it on or present it a different way. When you create a story, or when I create a story or a world that I want to share with people, I want to bring you into my story, into my world. Where do you come off to tell me what my story should be, or how it should be, or what characters it should have? Right? This is my story, not yours. If you want to be a part of the story, great, buy the game, or not even a part, experience the story, right? So if you want to experience the story, great, buy the game and experience the story. That's it. Now you review that experience, right? Oh, this was great, this was great. The gameplay, the fighting, the graphics were bad, the frame rate, the stuttering, great, whatever, right? So why are you trying to change my story? Or in this case, the game science's story, right? Why are you trying to change the experience to fit this narrative? I just want to play the game. I came for a review to know, is the game fun? Are the graphics cool? And all that. Not whether or not that you were counting that there was only five ladies in one scene, or one guy in another scene, or, you know, not enough, too many monkey characters, not enough pig characters. Like, what is this? Right? This is my story. When you go to the movies and you watch a movie, you're watching a story that was intended a specific way. Right? If I had an interesting story that happened between me and the boys, and I wanted to turn that into a movie, and it was just me and the boys, why is that a problem that there's no woman or whatever other thing represented there, and only me and the boys? Because that's the story. That's what I wanted to share with you. If you take it, take it. If you don't, you don't. It's not an issue of now there can't be female characters in my game because of so on and so on. I don't need to explain to you why they aren't, but that's the story. That's the point that I'm trying to get across here. We buy that ticket to go watch the movie, to experience the story, not to, oh no, you know what? There are not enough women here. There's nothing to do with that. But we want to come along and bring this issue into this, right? Bring the fact that, oh, not enough inclusivity and diversity. They're fictitious characters. There's like cats, dragons, dogs, all mythical creatures, so much diversity there, but it's not that specific diversity, right? It's not that specific inclusivity. Come on, man. All right, let's go on a little bit further here. The lack of diversity and inclusivity resonates with the misogynistic comments reported to have been made by developers, which express disdain for women playing their games. Although Black Myth Wukong does have truly enjoyable moments, the underlying feeling that women aren't welcome in this world felt present throughout my gameplay experience. All right, and I take that as BS. I take that as BS because you've already come into this review biased with an agenda. You're forgetting to review the game, and you're bringing now outside things into this game review. Right? Oh yes, because I heard allegedly that Game Science said this, or whoever said this. Now, yeah, when I play this game, yeah, I feel it, hey? I feel it. Like what? What? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Play the game, enjoy the game, review the story, review the mechanics, review the graphics. Don't review like things like this, because this is not a game review. This is ideologies being pushed into a game review. Is it me? Is it just me? Does that make sense? I totally agree. If a person is misogynistic or hateful towards a woman or a group of people, yes, 100%. But this is a game with a specific story, and that story is what it is. It's their artistic representation, not yours. And if you like it, great. If you don't, go fly a kite, man. No one is forcing you to buy the game. Oh my goodness. All right, cool. Let's move on here. she goes on to say, it's worth noting the game is based on the novel Journey to the West, which does consist of a few important female characters. To not include any woman or to only include a few in adaptations meant for a modern audience is quite disconcerting. A modern audience. Who do you think is more likely to buy this game? Number one. And then also, it is based on the novel. It's based off the story. Right? Dragon Ball Z is based off Journey to the West. Not everything is the same. This is the same idea here. Just because it's based off of this story doesn't mean it's a one-to-one representation of the story. So this is not notable. It's not worth noting at all. You just bring it up so that you can push this agenda one more time. My goodness, this is crazy. This is crazy. Again, read the review. I think in some parts it's fair, it's okay. Some parts I don't agree. Well, I haven't played the game, but just the way it sounds and the way logically things are put together, it doesn't sit right with me. But again, please, audience, have an opportunity, read the review yourself and let me know what you guys think in the comments. Because honestly, this is ridiculous. The game is from other reviews is a great game. They're really gonna give this game a 3 out of 5 stars because one of the things it lacks is inclusivity and diversity. Really. Right? 3 out of 5 stars because one of the things it lacks is inclusivity and diversity. I couldn't believe it. All right, after I read this, where is that little image? There's that image that they had with the pluses and minuses. Did I lose that? Where is that? Just give me a moment. Let me quickly put on my scrolling finger on and see if I can find this. It's somewhere to the top of the image. I mean, of the page. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. The cons. Lacking in inclusivity and diversity. So much so it was so big that they had to put it there, right? It had to be a thing. So you know when you first go through this page, one of the few things you see is this. So again, it's the game, it's the story they wanted to share. Let them share it. What's wrong with having a a game, a story with no female character? What is wrong with that? There is nothing wrong with that. That's the story they wanted to share. That's the story they are going to share. And that's the story that millions of people are going to love, including me. Regardless of if there's 2 guys and 20 girls and so on. But now, once again, guys, play the game, review the game. Don't bring biases into this. Don't try to change the story and adapt it to fit your narrative. It's someone else's art. It's someone else's story that they are sharing with you. And you're privileged enough to, yes, I can afford it, to experience what they're sharing. So take it as it is. Don't come and try to shit on a game now because the story is not how you want it to be. Or doesn't reflect your ideas. But yeah, that's just my thoughts, guys. I'm just saying, honestly, once again, if people are misogynistic and are hateful towards people and group, they're horrible people in general, right? Yes, maybe there is opportunity for them to learn and change. I hope so. But this is a game review. The game should not be penalized off of that. But yeah, that's my thoughts, guys. Please give me your thoughts down in the comment section below. Once again, if you like what you heard and you like what you see, hit that like button and hit that subscribe because there's many or plenty of more where this came from. And yeah, looking forward to the comments. I'm out.
I think we should... Ooh, I like what you've done with your dismissive scoffing sound. 20% more spittle.